be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Singing I, yippee, yippee, I, singing I, yippee, I, singing yippee, I, yippee, I, yippee, yippee, I. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. Yeah. She'll be driving.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. Hey guys, Karina here, your Lucid Living coach. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm an intuitive transformational life coach and astrologist, and I'm here to give you the update on Mercury Retrograde. Yes, I don't know why that song popped in my head for this retrograde. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. This Mercury is stationing retrograde tomorrow, which is Friday, January 14th, 2022. And she will be moving back to about 24 degrees of Capricorn. So, drinking a little tea, haven't woke up yet. Okay, so Mercury will be retrograde until February 3rd, where it will be stationary direct in the sign of Capricorn. So in 2022, I noticed that all the Mercury retrogrades are in air signs again. Yes, I'm sorry to those Libras, Aquariuses, and Geminis, but Mercury retrograde will be in your signs again this year, as they were last year. But the difference is the retrogrades that are happening this year is at the beginning of the signs. The beginning of the degrees for the air signs, and it will be backing up to the end of the degrees of the earth signs. So it's going to be a little different, and it's going to more hit the early Aquariuses. So in the February, the end of January Aquariuses, and a little bit of the earth signs too. So like the end in the end birthdays before it switches of the earth signs, which is usually around 22 degrees or 22, the 22nd day of the months when we're looking at these. So another thing is we had a Mercury retrograde at the beginning of February of 2021 in Aquarius. So you could kind of look to see what was happening in your life around February 1st of 2021 and get an idea of how this will be affecting you. If you look in your chart, if you know your chart, and if you don't know your chart, I can help you. I'm an astrologist. I could do a reading for you or a transit reading and pull up your chart and kind of explain what's going on and what your chart looks like. You have one chart, and that birth chart is your soul's DNA. And you could go to astro.com to pull up a free birth chart. You'll probably see a whole bunch of glyphs and not know what it is. And if you need help reading those glyphs and understanding how to read your own chart, which is the best thing that you could possibly do, because I think that we are the best readers of our charts. Other astrologists have another take on it and could help open your eyes to some other ways of seeing your chart. But that's why I host the workshops. So I have 3 workshops. It teaches you how to read a birth chart, and it's only $180 for all 3. And there's a lot of content. So if you're interested, please message me and I will schedule a time to go through those, either online PowerPoints, which is the best for the winter right now, because there's a lot of sickness going around. And so we're not going to be holding classes in person for this winter. So let me know and I'll schedule us to all get on a Zoom call and I'll go through the PowerPoints for you. So if you're interested, hit me up. All right. So this retrograde is in Aquarius from starting at 10 degrees of Aquarius. So look in your chart, see where 10 degrees of Aquarius is, and it will be moving through till the 24th degree of Capricorn. Now, if I were to look at 2021, let's see where 24 degrees of Capricorn is. 24 degrees of Capricorn was around December 30th. Okay, so we're moving back in those areas. So, for example, Mercury retrograde is in Leo's 7th house of partnership. So maybe there is something going on around the beginning of 2021 in February around relationships and friendships and business partnerships. And something is coming up again that we need to rethink that was happening at the end of December of 2021. Now we're into 2022 and we want to know how to move forward in our relationships and our business partnerships and our friendships. So as a collective, Aquarius is our networks, okay? It's our friends groups. And it is a progressive and a humanitarian, innovative sign. So for Aquarius, it's about changing the world through innovative ideas and inducing social change. Now, Mercury is all about our communication. It's our communication planet. It's the planet of communication. So this could be through speaking, through driving as a communication, through technology, cell phones. So because Aquarius also rules this kind of AI, technology, future innovative kind of things, that this is going to take a toll on our devices for sure. I remember the last Mercury retrograde last year. It was very windy. I remember it was very windy. So I don't know if we're going to have some more solar activity, maybe some coronal holes facing Earth. That's kind of how I see this energy, and having those geomagnetic waves come in that can disrupt our phones and our technology. We are also going to most likely, because it's a humanitarian sign, get some information coming through the media that maybe we didn't see before. So there might be maybe stuff coming out around the virus, around the technology around maybe the vaccine and the booster. And because we're seeing that we have done everything that we have done since 2020 is not working. We have the coronavirus, a new, variant that is very contagious. And this is why vaccines that have to do with viruses are really hard, because viruses mutate and they constantly, their job is to survive and to clear and purge, Earth. So through viruses, people die, and it kind of keeps the ecosystem and everything balanced. So the virus is doing their job, and our body's job is to fight it with our antibodies and to remember what those foreign objects look like. So we build an army to fight them better. Our bodies naturally do that. So as I'm looking at the chart here, Mercury is applying to Saturn in Aquarius. And Saturn is the planet of restriction and systems. And it's backing up to meet back with the sun. And the sun is our vitality, it's our expression, it's our energy. So it wants to give life and it wants to give healing. And it's also backing up close to Pluto. So it's going to hit around Pluto first. And Pluto is the planet of transformation. It's about the taboo things, the hidden things. And so maybe Mercury is going back to be like, okay, I need to relook at some things that I may have missed before moving forward. And as a collective, this could just be in terms of our health, our friendships, our networks, like who it is that we are surrounded by, also pertaining to our future. So wherever Aquarius is for you, you're looking at and reconsidering your future in that area of where Aquarius is. So for Leos, it is looking at the future of their partnerships and their friendships and their business partners. What direction? And so there's going to be this transformation with our mind, because our mind, we're all going inward. Venus is already retrograde, and she's going to be retrograde. Let me see that. She will be retrograde until the 29th. She'll go direct. So we are in this Venus and now Mercury retrograde. And Venus is all about our values. So it's rethinking our values through what we're doing for our work and our daily routines. And a lot of us have been slowing down as far as our pockets because everyone's sick, they can't work. I'm sure that there's, a lot of other things going on in people's love lives. So it's like love and money. And now it's about our future relationships and our groups and communities. Like, who do we want to surround ourselves with? Because from the looks of it, it looks like there's going to be some more isolation and shutdowns and stuff. And also because this Omicron is on spreading like wildfire, that now we're going to have more problems getting stuff into the stores, right? Because people have to work. Do you remember all the shipping containers, right? They didn't have enough people. So this is where the North Node moving into Taurus is showing itself. So this lack of um of more of the finer things like food, you know, because the food supply is most likely going to have some problems as well. You know, we're already seeing shortages in things. And previously, well, I did it in a video, but I got a vision quite some time ago that it could have been 15 years ago that that there was going to be a shortage in the pharmaceuticals, and that would be another wave of like depopulation type of thing, right? Because there's so many people on pharmaceuticals that, I mean, it's all over. That's like the number one advertisement, which I don't understand, because these are drugs. These are drug dealers, and they're prescribing medicine that is highly addictive, highly where you have to take it for the rest of your life kind of deal. They get you, and people are paying like $200 a month for these pharmaceuticals. So the pharmaceutical companies are making a killing on these drugs, and they stopped advertising cigarettes. Remember when they used to advertise cigarettes, and then they finally took the cigarette campaigns down? Well, that's what I believe that they need to do with these drug dealers. They have pharmacy drugs on every commercial. When I go to my parents' house, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have a TV. I don't subscribe to those lies and the illusion. And so when I do, it's so funny. Like the news is funny to me, and it's just a big fat joke when you start seeing an awakening to what's around you and what the higher vision is. You know, it's like, oh, I'm looking at the TV, but then you're seeing the people filming the people. Okay. And then you look at the higher perspective and you see all that goes on behind the scenes. You can see it. You don't have to. I mean, when you're awake and aware and you're using your third eye, you see what's going on. And it blows my mind how some people just don't see it. This is all about sales. We live in the, industrial type of society that's all consumer based. Like, we're consumers. You know what consumers are? They consume things. They buy things. They subscribe to things. They eat ton of shit. Supersize me, come on. Like, this is the society that we live in the United States, and that is coming to an end. Like, we are the last ones awakening on this earth. We have been living in a lie and an illusion. And Mercury backing into Pluto, which this is the United States Pluto return, is showing us this. It is insane. So if you don't know, now you know. It's something that everyone awakens at their own time. And it's a hard reality, and reality sometimes bites, but it's better to be honest with yourself and with your life and with your relationships and with your jobs. If you're not happy, why are you still doing it? If it's not fulfilling you, why are you still doing it? We're all going inward with these questions. My pockets aren't where I want it to be. Why? My energy isn't where I want it to be. Why? My happiness isn't where I want it to be. Why? These are questions that we should be asking ourselves. Why do we keep getting in the same relationships? What is it within us that needs to be shifted and changed and looked at? So this Mercury retrograde is a very intense Mercury retrograde, and it is going to meet up with the sun. Let's see. When is that going to happen? You know, I'll just use my other app. I got Astro Gold. Pretty awesome. Okay, so it's moving away. It's applying backwards, meeting up with the sun. And that'll be around the 23rd of January. And then it's chasing that Pluto, and it meets up with Pluto. Oh my God. It meets up with Pluto on January 29th when Venus goes direct. That is the shift. Oh, you can't make this shit up. So when we finally decided what it is that we want to do as far as our career, our legacy, our work, our relationships, because Venus started retrograding December 19th. So whatever you've been rethinking since December 19th, and it goes forward, Venus goes forward on January 29th, then Mercury is going to conjunct with Pluto, transforming and giving us the raw truth, the raw truth that we've been trying to figure out what it is, because sometimes, and most of the time, it's both inward and outward. So we can see exactly maybe what has been tripping us up from moving forward in these certain areas of our life. And maybe we just felt something and we just didn't know what it was. You know, when you just have something like there's something that's off, there's something that's not right, I don't know what it is, and you're trying to figure it out, and Pluto's going to reveal that to Mercury, because Mercury is the communication, and Pluto is in Capricorn, and Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. And so Scorpio, that scorpionic energy, which is about death and rebirth and transformation, the taboo things and the things that we don't talk about, we're going to start knowing. We're going to know. We're going to have an inner knowing. And Mercury retrograde, sorry. So then Mercury is going to, then the moon is going to come up. So we're going to feel into that. We're going to feel into that truth, and we're going to have the new moon in Aquarius. Wow. You can't make this shit up. So, and this is all about Aquarius energy right now, and Capricorn. So this is all about our career legacy and our communities and our friendships and relationships, and how we are going to move forward after the beginning of 2022 with all these retrogrades. So, yeah, I think that's all I have for you. It is definitely a crazy time. The moon tomorrow will be transiting Gemini, which is the ruler of this Mercury retrograde, and Virgo, okay, because Virgo and Gemini have the ruler of Mercury, but Gemini to me is more mercurial. Virgo to me is more Chiron, the wounded healer. So there is something about that we're going to feel. We're going to feel this big shift tomorrow when Mercury finally stations retrograde, and we're going to be going inward. So you know what? If you need to take some time all by yourself, this is the time, especially you Aquariuses are going to want a lot of solo time, alone time to reflect and think about a lot, even in your work, in how you present yourself to the world, your self-image, and rethinking how you want to appear in the world and show up in the world. And a lot of that for Aquariuses is through their careers and their legacy. So Aquarius, you're going to be rethinking a lot about all that stuff and some unconscious stuff. So just pay attention to your dreams. And if you would like a reading with me, if you don't know your chart and you're interested in knowing where these transits are going to be happening for you for a 2022 outlook, please reach out to me for a birth chart reading. And the links are down in the description. My website is www.lucidlivingmovement.com. It will give you everything that I do and what I offer. I have my books up there for sale. If you'd like to support me in any way, I have Break Free to Stand in Your Power, Break Free for Peace, Love, and Unity. And every single one has, every single reading, you get a card reading as well for clarifiers. So I am going to grab my cards and I will do the card reading for the Mercury retrograde. Stick around for the card reading. Please like and share if you like this video. And yeah, it's, you know, it is really nice to see when I see like, whoa, if I see views and then I see like likes, like you would think like, oh, like the more views, the more likes, and that's not necessary. It's crazy how easy it is to press the like button and how many people don't do it. So I really appreciate it if you did it. It's a way of paying me for all my time and all my energy that I put in these videos to help everyone. It just lets me know that I'm doing it right. So I'm picking this card, the seed. This is the seed. Wow. I don't think I've pulled this card out of my new deck yet. So that's exciting. The seed is always a new beginning. And it's crazy because after this Mercury retrograde is the new moon in Aquarius. I'll give you that date real quick. The new moon in Aquarius. Aquarius. I did not make that. Full moon. What the heck? Where'd it go? I'm blind as a bat. What the heck? The full moon. I've been time traveling too much, dude. Okay, so the full moon's in Cancer is on January 17th, which I will be doing that video next. It doesn't say on this thing, but I'm pretty sure it's around February. Oh my God. Okay, I found it. It's on January 21st. They just put it on the top of this calendar. So it's the Lunar New Year too. Lunar New Year actual, huh? So that's on a Monday, January 21st. Wow, that's crazy. It's the Chinese New Year, heralding an early spring. So use this time traditionally cleaning the house, restoring its harmony, chasing out last year's troubles. It's going to be the water tiger. We're moving into the water tiger. Huh, very interesting. I'm gonna have to research that and that'll be another video. Okay, dokie, the seed. the seed. Yeah, this book is kind of hard to find. Cards. 197. Beginning, the origin, the pearl. So here's the seed. Beginnings come in many forms. They're not always a beautiful seed placed intentionally in nourishing soil. Origin stories, like any birth story, are complex, surprising, multi-layered, and usually reveal a central image or detail that represents a fully formed being. Simply stated, the end is present in the beginning, or the entire oak tree resides within the acorn. Whether you follow this image theory or not, know that when this card appears, there is potential generative energy all around. It stirs your very insides and usually results in an antsy, impatient feeling. Pay particular attention to what agitates you, as it is a sure sign of growth to come. You are bumping up against a growth edge. It is from the grit that the pearl eventually comes to be. Ooh, so that's true. So there is this new beginning happening, and we are feeling frustrated and aggravated for some of the things in our life and areas of our life that is stagnant, that isn't moving forward because of these retrogrades. So when this retrograde starts to move forward, we're going to understand. So when in light, this seed energy is generative, fertile, germinating, and building. So it's like you're nourishing it, you're nourishing yourself, you're nourishing your relationships, you're nourishing yourself by making the appropriate decisions. Sorry, my Virgo moon. That's gonna bother me. Okay. And then when in the dark, festering, stewing, and dormant. Okay. And to go deeper, the soul's code, James Hillman's acorn theory. So one of the alchemist's favorite images was the pearl. Has anyone read the Alchemist? That's a really good book. Over time becomes the treasure. What is your grit? The true seed is exclusive. If we follow any story towards its origin, it spirals further and further back in time. In this way, we are always the seed and always the fruit it bears. So last night I sat and I looked up my progressions, and I went all the way back to 2008. And I was just seeing how spot on these progressions are within my life. It's crazy. Very, very, very cool. Like just the big staples, the things in my life that were memorable, had very specific planet aspects in my progress chart. So, all right, I'm going to pick out of this beautiful deck, Threads of Fate. This is for the Mercury retrograde. Oh, that one wants to come out. Okay. Self-love. And retrogrades is about self-love, especially Venus retrograde, but also Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. '74. Loving oneself is one of those larger concepts that's difficult to truly integrate. We are conditioned from birth to doubt ourselves, compare, deny, minimize our gifts, hide ourselves away, and change who we are. This brainwashing is crippling. We become adults who have to fight and remember ourselves. We recognize the importance of loving and accepting ourselves, but releasing those voices and negative tapes that play in our head can feel impossible. Beyond that, we often decide that we need to love ourselves in order to attain and achieve something. I need to love myself so I can attract a partner. To truly love oneself is to do without any expectations or hopeful outcomes. The relationship to oneself is the most intimate relationship that we will ever have, and it is our daily endeavor. Rather than viewing self-love as a day of pampering or fighting with that which is holding you back, let all of it fall away in a few moments. Ask your heart, body, and spirit when you wake up, what do you need from me? How can I support you? What will nurture you? How can I deepen my relationship with you? Continue to check in with yourself throughout the day. And this one is the peacock. So the image seeing the peacock is around and hiding its colors and feathers. A peacock sulking is around, is hiding its colors and feathers. It wouldn't seem quite right. Anyone who has seen a peacock in real life will tell you that this is the opposite of what they do. They are incredibly aware of their majestic qualities and use it to their advantage, especially in mating. Peacocks invite you to unearth the beauty and unique aspects of yourself that have been hidden away. Peacocks are not born with their colorful feathers. Those grow in around 2 years of age. For humans, it's opposite. We are born in perfection. It is life that conditions us to forget our perfection and who we are and where we come from. Peacock is an ally for standing proudly in who you are. So this is a very appropriate card. Okay. I think I will do the flower of life. I gotta get out of here pretty soon. I wish I could stay on and chat more. You are eternal. When your stream of consciousness asks to be more, know more, to become more, you created your magnificent physical body to be an instrument of physical creation. You are a part of the universe, and the universe is a part of you. You are made of stars, planets, and all that is within and without of the universe. The playing field is life is unlimited and loving. You are loving, unlimited, and wondrous part of creation. The events and experiences of your life will grow in meaning as your awareness expands. This expansion will alter your perception of the world. Embrace this clear, confident, inspiring outlook, and your experience of the world will change. That is beautiful. It's exactly what's going on. I don't think I'll do a mermaid one. But we'll do an Alice in Wonderland one. We pulled that card yesterday, Curiouser and Curiouser. We pulled that already. Ooh, wake up, it's your moment. That's the one that fell on the floor. I'll just take that one. Wake up, it's your moment. Card 25. Oh, when this card comes to you, you can be sure that you have the spotlight turned directly on you. You are being asked to wake up, to be present to what is being asked of you and rise to the occasion. Although you may feel like withdrawing and not being so very visible, there is no running away. You cannot sleep through this moment, for others are eagerly waiting to hear from you. They are ready to listen to and enjoy what you have to offer, to finally hear what you have been waiting to say for a long time. You may feel that you are not ready. You may be hesitant to speak up. You may also wish to withdraw and hide, either in your sleep or in hibernation. But there is no turning away from your moment. And when it comes, it will, make it count. Tell your story, speak up strong, share your words and thoughts. If people interrupt and demand explanation, continue regardless. The time for sleeping and dreaming is over. Suddenly and almost quite unexpectedly, it is time to awaken and share the wonders that you have within you. The deviation, a rude awakening, being asked to deliver before you feel you are ready. Being present and fully engaged with what is happening around you, making a contribution, being assertive despite your gentle nature, insisting on being able to tell your story, making your moment count, sharing with others who you are, ready to listen. All right, there you go. It is all about that, the relationships, our friendships, and our communities. Like, who do we want to take with us? Because the groups and the communities, because if you think about it, 1776, okay, was the beginning of the New World. Remember the smallpox that wiped out the indigenous people in the Spaniard quest? What was happening? What was their lifestyle? They were very communal, right? They did, I'm sure they lived off the land, right? And they lived in like villages, and they had these communities, and they came together like an Aquarian, like a humanity, right? They came together and they helped one another raise their kids and grow their food. I mean, they would do rain dances. Like, we need to go back there. And so, because the new world that was created then is now dying. So we need to go back to our roots. And Rooster Mama, 16. So who do you want to be in your village? I think that's a big question too. In a world where we are taught we need permission to do almost anything, it takes guts to decide to give yourself unconditional permission to be unconditionally yourself. Oh my God. I feel like the last card was for Leos, and this card is going to be for Aquariuses. When you do, however, an acceleration sense of freedom, excitement, and happiness bubbles up from within. Permission to be strangely beautiful, weirdly wonderful, and divinely eccentric creates charisma, energy, and inspired ideas. Well, isn't that funny? Because Aquarius and Leo are the same coin. They're partners in crime. And the Aquariuses are strangely beautiful, weirdly wonderful, and divinely eccentric. And Leos, which creates the Leo, which is charismatic, energetic, and inspired ideas. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. So your own opinion of yourself becomes more important than the voices of fear that want to control you, because they are afraid of the power within you. You have compassion for that which is enslaved by fear, but you don't buy into it. Rooster Mama sees this divine defiance in you and how it empowers you to make your own choices, to choose your own consciousness, the power to live your life in whatever way that you see fit, whether others understand it or not. When the oracle of Rooster Mama appears, you are being encouraged to break with tradition, even your own traditions. It's time to shake things up, redefine yourself, even if that means letting things get a bit wild in the hen house for a while. She reminds you to be bold, to be proud, and instruct your staff. Rooster Mama, this is like very similar to the Peacock card. Rooster Mama brings new news of a birth of something new that will be unlike anything that you've ever experienced before. She protects you as you explore and experiment with the most unique, individualistic, and confident creative expression of you in your life. So be optimistic, for the light is on its way to you now. And it is, or very soon will be, time to step forward with your own unique vision and voice, which will ring loud and true through the darkness and call forth the light. How beautiful is that? So the healing trick for this card is, when you're ready, you say aloud, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Na, 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 na. Just remind me of that song. It shines upon me and shows the world I am a unique person, valuable and beautiful in my own way. I am just as I am meant to be, perfectly designed to fulfill my divine destiny. Okay, you finished your healing trick. You'd also say, I enjoy being my true self with confidence, color, and optimism. That's so Leo. If you want to finish your affirmations for with a few rooster sounds, go right ahead. Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, that's done. All right, thank you for joining, and thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing my videos, and make this Mercury retrograde change your life, because 2020 is a year of transformation and knowing our value. So don't let yourself down, guys. And, you know, if you're feeling lots of thoughts flying around your head, if you're feeling a lot of rethinking, and if you're feeling a bit down and depressed, means you're on the right path. All right, peace out, your lucid living coach, Karina.